Yo, yo, yo. What's up? I'm trying to show y'all something. My name is Omar El Gaddafi. I'm a community organizer with Legal Aid Justice Center. I just wanted to share some things that have been going on, involving RRHA in the city, some things that I'm observing. In the middle of March, a couple of well-known community members reached out to me and they said, hey, Omar, there's a lot of kids getting evicted over in Gilpin Court. I said, really? And they said, yeah. And they sent me a link to a city council committee meeting where the CEO and Ms. Kenyatta Green were addressing city council about evictions. So a couple of the council members had asked the CEO, pause the evictions.
So what I'm asking, we had people who went last week that you could take possession of the units.
That's right. That's 21 families.
Okay, so I'm asking that we press pause on those families. And then we have the other 100 that we get to the table and then go through that and figure out how it is that we assist those families.
That were in process, in light of the SOLs from RPS were coming up and just the burden that it would be on the city's homeless system and stuff. I was kind of surprised to see that RRHA was still getting judgments against residents because I thought that they were going to, be trying to look for resources for them. Up until April 2nd, I think I see that actual eviction writs are still being issued after the judgment. So this is like 3 weeks after the city council has asked that RRHA paused the eviction. I started to go to some of the eviction proceedings in the courthouse, and I saw a lot of residents that were complaining. They were telling the judge and pleading with them about issues with the repayment agreements. I saw several that said, I finished repaying my repayment agreement, but they're still taking the repayment agreement installment from me. They're still charging for me. And I know that has happened in the community because I've helped residents that have had that situation. And I saw people whose rent was like $760 and the repayment installment was $250. So I couldn't imagine how someone could come up with that percentage of their rent extra every month when people's income goes down. I see the rent going down, but the installment agreement doesn't go down. I talked to a woman yesterday, but she told me that her rent is $275 and that her repayment installment agreement is $380. While it's being expressed as RRHA is being compassionate and doing all these things to help residents, you're just setting them up. No, there's nobody in the city that can afford over 30% increase in their housing costs every month. I look towards you guys. Well, city council appointed you guys. So the CEO works for you guys. So I'm looking at it who do I go to get accountability? Who do the citizens go to? Because for the past 7 years that I've been doing this work, everyone in the city is always complaining, there's no accountability at RRHA. We don't know what's going on or whatever. And I think that maybe nobody has called the board members of this room to task publicly. That's not a solution to put these kind of burdens on people. We got food costs rising, SNAP benefits are less. People are hurting out here right now. People are really hurting out here. The CEO, I showed him a couple of people, this person here, $862 rent, but her repayment agreement is $287. She's getting charged $14 to change a light bulb. But the policies say that you're charging $15 an hour to replace the light bulb and $1.87 for the light bulb. It took them 50 minutes to change the light bulb. I see people with $50 rent being charged $25 because trash floated in their yard. But I know that RRHA just procured some services for people to have staff to pick up trash. So it's not making sense to me where the money is going to. The wages are paid through operation expenses that HUD gives to the housing authority. So I don't understand how residents are being charged for labor, because that doesn't happen anywhere else in the city where someone is making you pay for their maintenance workers. But it's only happening with poor Black people in the city of Richmond. Costs a lot to be poor. And that's my concern.
Thank you for voicing your opinion. Rents, it's a hot topic. I've been evicted, grew up in Fairfield Court. I have 4 kids in college. And I get up and I grind every day. Game is game. People will put on a face and act a certain way, trying to rework the system. That's not everybody. We have our fair share. We got some rich that are just, it's just ridiculous. Then you have those individuals who are for real, like my grandma, like my aunt, who are just trying to make it, and it's real talk. You can't live for free. We got points that you made that are very valid, but we got points that you're not aware of that things city council is like, what's going on? Real talk. So, thank you.
I believe housing is a human right. I hear you how, you believe that you can't live for free. I think that it's up to us to change the world for the better for humanity and not just, accept a system that the colonizers gave to us to teach us to commoditize housing.
I definitely agree. Having studied our history, there was a wager everybody paid